And I think that's where it's important to figure out what your personal niche is.
Yeah.
Right? Like for me in this philosophy, right, through permaculture, it's like the forest is the model, right? And the forest is perfect. There's no waste in the forest. Everything has its role, its place. And it's interesting you use these words like influencers or leaders, whatever, because it's telling us that we should all be canopy trees, right? Or we should all be like that keystone species that everything depends upon. But the reality is that not everyone is that. And we have to find what your personal niche is in there. Maybe you're the vine, you're the support species. You know, you're that nitrogen fixer, or you're that one, that pollinator that's coming through, you know, and touching that specific fruit tree or that specific, you know, other little plant over here. You're that little like humble weed that's holding that soil together. And I think that that's what's so important, is that people in this, with these experiences, kind of realize I don't have to be the canopy tree. My life is just as critical to the survival of this ecosystem.
As a ground cover.
As a ground cover.
Yeah.
You know, as an epiphyte, as a vine, you know, or as a predator out there. And that's what's squirmy, right? When we try to use that forest model to see like those parasites and those predatory species are actually really critical to forest survival. And I think like in our human metaphor of that, or like the ones who really kind of challenge, you know, or like who take a little bit too much and trying to set that boundary and help them, you know, to see like, you know, like, is this equitable right now? And what is this reciprocal relationship? And what do we have to learn from each other in those experiences, you know, because the forest is about reciprocity. And I really hope that as people come here in these ecosystems and as they're learning, is like, how can we identify a little bit better what our niche is and how we interact in this forest environment together.
Yeah,
you know,
and when we can find our place in that ecosystem, we can understand our connections better.
Yeah, exactly.